Hello Pisces and welcome to the Green Women Tarot. This is your reading for the next 2 weeks, which is from the 27th of December 21 through to the 10th of January 22. And it's a general reading just to see what sort of energies are around you at this time, to see what's on the cards for you. But before we delve into the tarot reading, I need to consult the oracle. And this is the Green Wheel Oracle that I'm using today to draw a couple of cards from, just to start your reading off with. So let's see, what words of wisdom does the mysterious oracle have for Pisces for the 27th of December to the 10th of January? What messages are here for Pisces for the next 2 weeks? What does Pisces need to know at this time? Oh, okay, let's take that one. It did sort of fall out. And then I'll just pick one more. Just take that one. Okay, so you get the owl. The owl is about the arrow in the darkness. It's about, seeing things clearly when others cannot see clearly, as well as the wisdom and truth that the owl brings as well. Perhaps it sort of also speaks of moving silently, but its label, its little caption is arrow in the darkness, finding your way through unclear times with wisdom. And then you also have, the boar. This is about, pathworks, finding the route, which may not be the obvious route. So it sort of may require a little bit of thinking outside the box. But, the idea here is the boars make tracks through the countryside. So they're traditional, but sometimes you may need to find slightly obscure, slightly hidden path with being able to see it. So there you have the boar, which does also speak of, your roots getting down to earth as well, but finding a path, following a different path. And then you've got the owl, finding your way. So it does seem to be about finding your way in one aspect or another, but let's see where the rest of the reading takes us. So let's see what's on the cards for Pisces for the 27th of December to the 10th of January. What messages are here for Pisces for the next 2 weeks? What does Pisces need to know at this time? So this is the Druid Craft Tarot that I'll be using today to put down an 8-card spread for you, Pisces, with the first 2 cards depicting you in your current situation, where you are now. The next 2 cards highlighting the challenges you may face in this time, with the following 2 cards offering you some guidance from divine energies as you move towards the final 2 cards, which may reveal your potential outcome to the situation. It'll show the energies you're moving towards. So let's see what you get. The Moon and the High Priestess. Lovely. And there you have the Queen of Pentacles. Let me move everyone down just a bit. And the Prince of Wands are your challenges. Your guidance is the Ace of Cups and the Four of Wands. And you move towards the Queen of Wands and the Six of Cups. That's really lovely. But you have the Tower at the bottom of the deck. So the Tower speaks of disruption, something falling apart, something that you've relied on to keep you safe and secure. So it's whether it's a way of thinking or, something more material. outside forces or outside events pull this down. And, you know, the disruptiveness that brings is frightening, but ultimately it lays way for a clean slate, a new foundation to follow a different path. So it may well simply be a moment of epiphany for some of you. That makes you realize that where you've been ensconced recently is not fitted as comfortably as you initially thought. And this moment of epiphany may throw you onto a new path. It certainly will allow you to sort of do some clearing out, some cleaning, you know, to just start again on a new slate. So you have got a new beginning there as well. So, but, you know, with this, you could say, moment of epiphany, or this tower moment. I'm just going to move this up just a bit so you can see them all. You have uncertainty and the fear that comes with that, not knowing. Perhaps the deep emotions that, you know, well up when our plans are disrupted, or when our way of life is altered suddenly. And, you know, part of the lack of clarity is in not knowing certain facts. The High Priestess is the card that depicts knowledge that is not imparted to you at this time. You know, so there's hidden aspects or truths that are yet to be unveiled. This is a time for you to actually tap into your intuition. You've got not only the owl card, which is connected to the moon, but you've got the moon and the High Priestess. Both are cards of intuitiveness. And if you look carefully, I mean, you know, the path you know, as you emerge from this emotional turmoil onto this new path, and, you know, you're called to go through the barrier of fear represented by these two standing stones, this portal, onto a new path. Well, these two stones are these stones here. So you move from not knowing and find your way to reveal truths, to reveal potential answers. And these answers ultimately come from within you. So it's things you already intuitively know. You've just got to bring them up to the surface. There's the book of knowledge, sort of, it's closed at this time. So it does seem to be following a disruption or a moment of epiphany. You're called to move through a period of uncertainty and fear towards finding the truth, finding the answers. And, you know, you're being guided by the owl card here to finding your own path, a different path, something that may be quite obscure, something different from when you were safely ensconced in your tower. Your challenges at this time, well, you've got the Prince of Wands. This is about like tally-hoing into battle without any preparation or forethought or planning. So, you know, your challenge is not to be reckless in this. You know, to muster up your courage and then use it more in a more grounded fashion. So, you know, it's, the Queen of Pentacles is about that nurturing, grounded energy that provides a safe haven for all around it. Whereas the Prince of Wands is juvenile, it's energy that's sort of charging forward without thinking or planning. So one way to cope with a sudden change or that intrepidation of embarking on a new path is to just go all guns blazing in. But the cards to me suggest you need to rather, you know, center yourself, find your own rhythm, and go carefully, go intuitively, and go with some care. But take some aspects of the Prince of Wands, take that bravery with you, because, you know, you're moving through a time of uncertainty. And your guidance in this it sort of shows what, this may be difficult, called to find a new path, something that's not so obvious. But once you're on that path, you'll realize it's a path that brings you joy and fulfillment and wisdom. And again, you see the moon there as well. This is something that fits with your integral being. This is something that fits with you, and you intuitively know that. And it, it can bring about wisdom, growth, abundance, happiness, and something to be shared. The Four of Wands is about celebrating a happy event in the home. And you've got here the Ace of Cups, which is also about receiving, or the potential for, a happy event to occur. So, this may be disruptive and unusual, but it's certainly leading you towards something fulfilling, and that's connected to your heart, something that's connected to your home life. It's almost like I get a sense you find your way back home, because you sort of, with the Queen of Wands, she has mastered that adventurous spirit of the Prince of Wands. This is someone who has, mastered their inspiration, their vitality, their passion, in a way that she can nurture others with it. So she nurtures with inspiration and passion. So it's almost like, you are moving to tap the positive aspects of this Prince of Wands energy and use it to nurture yourself and those around you. And there's a sense of returning to stability, returning to happy, carefree times of home. And if you hear the disruption in the background, it's Mungo, the cat, climbing in and out the cupboard. Anyway, so you've ultimately come full circle and returned to a sense of belonging, kindness, compassion, that gentle energy again that is so lacking in the first, in the Tower card. So then, just to recap, you, through a moment of epiphany or sudden disruption, you're thrown onto a new and unknown path to you, but it's probably something, it's, maybe call a path that calls you back to traditional ways that you'd forgotten. And you're called to embrace this change, using it as something that can ultimately bring you to a new happiness. You're moving through a time of uncertainty. And, I get a sense here you're guided into finding the right path, finding your way, and towards finding some knowledge that hitherto is, veiled to you. Your challenge is to approach this with a sense of adventure, with a sense of enthusiasm even, but to temper that with a groundedness. You've got to seek out the truth. You've got to find that path, and that the answers are within you. You almost intuitively know the right way to go, and you will only hear those intuitions if you slow the pace a little bit and walk to the rhythm of your own drum. And there your guidance sort of suggests you're on your way to finding some happiness, some joy, a new potential arising that is connected to home life and celebrating that with home. It's almost like a return home with great joy. And through finding this path, and I get a sense, the more I look at the cards, the more I think it's a return to a traditional path, that you feel your sense of confidence re-emerging, and your sense of inspiration and, you know, that completeness, that lightheartedness, and it's connected to reconnecting to something from the past. With the Six of Cups is about nostalgia and you know, return to happier times, to easier times. So you're going through some uncertainty, but if you use your intuition, you'll find your path. Your path through this may well be a traditional way that you've forgotten about, and ultimately it leads you to a reconnection with the happier times, the goodness, the wholesomeness of the past. So there you have it, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed your reading and that it resonates with you. And if so, please remember to hit the like, share and subscribe buttons. And then have a good 2 weeks, and God bless you until we meet again.